So in the last video, we ended off where Puleng and Fikile didn't really fuck with each other anymore. And this oven-baked snake-ass bastard figured out Puleng's true identity and put some conspiracy theory BS into Fikile's head that Puleng was trying to ruin her life from the very start. Side note, the amount of juicy content in each episode in this series is unbelievable. The creators of the series could have easily cut each 15-minute episode into two 25-minute episodes so that the series is actually 12 episodes and feels a little bit longer, and the series wouldn't have lost any quality. Episode 4 is by far the juiciest episode in the entire series. It starts off with Fikile, the bastard, and the bastard's boyfriend hatching a plan to expose Puleng's identity to the school by showing everyone a video of Puleng's dad getting arrested and Puleng freaking out in the video. Instead of maybe, I don't know, just sharing the video on a few group chats and letting the magic of high school gossip do its thing, no, the bastard decides that he wants to be on some 007 shit. He wants to make a video of him looking like anonymous with the whole voice change thing, and then he bribes one of the school's staff cleaners so he can break into the school, and since he doesn't like Wendy because of the shit she pulled in the last video, he hacks into Wendy's school computer and uploads the video onto Facebook from her computer so that she would be framed for the cyberbullying. The next day, Puleng is trying to call Home Affairs to figure out and meet the person who signed Fikile's birth certificate, but the people at the Home Affairs are basically being douchebags. She gets to school and our simp boy Wade tells her about the video. She watches it. By the way, can we can we just stop and take a look at how stupid the comments are on this video?
You see, the thing is, most of these comments are just people making fun of Puleng. But then you get Linz, who's like, oh my god, what the fuck? Kick out Parkhurst. Why? And this was 3 minutes ago, like in the movie's time. So you're telling me that you see a random video of some stranger, of some strange person making a video about Puleng, and you take it as truth. Why should they kick her out if it's just a fake video? Wait, why would you think this is a real video to begin with? But anyway, we live, we move on. She's stupid. Okay, she's not stupid. I shouldn't be saying she's stupid because I should judge people off the merit of their character. Her character is fucking stupid.
Now after watching the video, Puleng is out for Wendy's blood, but the boy Wade talks her out of killing this bitch. The principal calls both Wendy and Puleng into her office and decides to suspend Wendy while the school does an investigation on who really posted the video. And she just threatens the principal. Girl's got some cojones. Later, Puleng and Wade go to the Home Affairs to speak to someone about the person who signed Fikile's birth certificate, but the person who knows something doesn't want to talk about it. But then Wade bribes him with some cigarettes and he tells them everything. He tells them the name of the person who signed Fikile's birth certificate, and he tells them that she was arrested for fraud. By the way, did I mention that Fikile is smashing her swimming coach Chad? And he has a wife. And his wife is pregos with his firstborn child. And Fikile knows this. No, I didn't. Anyway, before those two are about to get it on and do the Shaka Zulu, Chad gets a call from his wife that she's having contractions and she's at the hospital right now. So he has to leave Fikile in the hotel room while he rushes to meet his wife at the hospital. Meanwhile, Puleng is having a heart-to-heart with her friend who happened to be the one who told the bastard Puleng's true identity, without knowing obviously, because Puleng's friend is also dating the bastard. Now Puleng wants to confront the bastard because now she knows he's the one who made the video of her and her dad. So she goes to ask Reese where she can find the bastard.
Do I look like his keeper? Some of us have lives even if you don't.
This right here is the reason why Reese is the best character in the whole series. Not because she's a weed dealer. Puleng finds and talks to the bastard. Then she talks to Fikile because she figures out that Fikile must have helped the bastard to make the video. And they fight. Mortal Kombat style. Fight! Puleng bitch slaps Fikile and Fikile returns the favor real quick. Wow. They really are sisters. Chad, the swimming coach, breaks up the fight and sends both of them to the principal's office. Their parents get called in and Puleng's parents find out about the video. Then there is some heated verbal warfare going on between Puleng and Fikile's mom while both their dads are just sitting there chill as fuck. Puleng's dad tells Fikile's parents about his situation about being accused of selling his own daughter to child traffickers after his daughter goes missing about 17 years ago. After he says this, Fikile's mom starts having a freaking panic attack and she starts acting like someone just wrote her name in the death note. Anyway, after the meeting, Puleng is on that fuck Fikile mindset, so she decides to send a voice note to Wendy telling her that Fikile and Coach Chad are smashing on the low. Meanwhile, Wendy and her mom are having a meeting with the principal about her suspension, and her mom gives some BS speech about how she pays so much for the school and she gives the school a lot of money and blah blah blah. Because of the amount of money she pays the school, Wendy should not be treated the way she's being treated. Fucking hypocrite. Meanwhile, our boy Wade is doing some real Batman level detective shit, okay? He goes to see the lady who signed Fikile's birth certificate in prison, right? But she doesn't want to talk to Wade, so Wade bribes her. He gives her 3 gigs of data. If you're in South Africa, you know how much and how expensive 3 gigs of data is. Now let's focus on bad boy KB for a bit. He's chilling in his room, smoking a blunt, depressed as hell because Fikile and Puleng are fighting and Puleng doesn't want to talk to him anymore. But his dad comes in and has a man-to-man talk with KB on how he should just go out there and get the woman he loves. Then he steals KB's blunt, finishes it, and then takes the rest of his weed. Legend. So KB goes over to Puleng's house. They don't explain how he knows her address, but whatever. He has a romantic talk with Puleng and they make out. What they don't realize is that simp boy Wade was outside Puleng's window watching them make out. I feel his pain on a spiritual level. He was probably there to tell Puleng what he found out from his detective work at the prison. And all of this is just in the 4th episode, my G. Side note, Puleng needs to get better curtains. The next day, Fikile and Puleng apologize to each other and decide to meet up on the weekend to chill and to make it up to each other for fighting and shit. Meanwhile, Wendy's telling the principal about Fikile's relationship with the coach, and now Puleng has to be brought into the principal's office because she's the one who saw them making out. Those two leave the principal's office and then Coach Chad is called in, and obviously he denies everything. Afterwards, he tells Fikile to delete everything. In my opinion, having absolutely no chats with someone you should have chats with is more suspicious, but I get where he's coming from. He wanted to get rid of all the evidence. Meanwhile, Puleng is at KB's place to record a song with him and his friend Nasty C, but she doesn't think she's good enough because she's just an amateur.
KB, but I'm not a pro singer.
Come on, you don't have to be a pro. None of us are pros. We're just having fun here. We're just experimenting.
You are a liar. The weekend comes and the whole crew is chilling together by the pool at some hotel. Fikile tells Puleng that the others are there because they get paid to take pictures of themselves having fun and posting it on Instagram. Puleng asks Fikile how much they actually get paid for this, and Fikile is like, well, I think we're getting about 3.5k. Yeah, 3,500 bucks.
What? Wait. Yo, if that's the case, I'ma wear bikini.
Anyway, Fikile leaves the group to go meet up with Chad in a hotel room, and he decides to break things off with her because the school knows about their relationship, and he tells Fikile that Puleng is the one who snitched on them. Meanwhile, Puleng and KB go to their own hotel room for some alone time. Fikile comes back crying and she tells the bastard and Reese that Coach Chad broke up with her and Puleng is the one that snitched on them. Since the bastard and Reese both knew about Fikile's relationship with Coach Chad before this whole mess even began. And then the bastard tells Fikile to play the victim card. I hate you. I really fucking hate you. More than this bitch. Fikile listens to the oven-baked bastard and decides to tell her parents about Coach Chad to make his life a living hell. Then she calls him and tells him what she did. Then Coach Chad does the manliest thing in this whole goddamn series. He tells his wife everything. Chad, you are a piece of shit husband, but I respect you for this. The next day, Puleng meets up with Wade and he decides to come clean about his feelings for Puleng and how he feels about her choosing KB over him. He tells Puleng what he found out during his investigation at the prison, and he also tells Puleng that after he's done helping her find enough evidence to prove that Fikile is actually her sister, he's also done with her in general because in his own words, he can't do the friend zone anymore. And with this, ladies and gentlemen, our boy Wade has ascended from the ashes of simphood and has become a real nigga. Meanwhile, Coach Chad brings his wife with him to school while he gets fired by the principal for his relationship with Fikile. He comes back to the car and his wife is nowhere to be seen. She decides to go on a rampage through the school looking for Fikile's blood.
In my 20 years of life, I don't know anything more terrifying than seeing a colored woman coming at me. Bro, if that was me, I would shit myself, accept Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, and make peace with all my enemies because I know I am going to die.
After the whole scene with Coach Chad's wife, KB finds out about Fikile's relationship with Coach Chad, and he confronts the bastard and Reese and asks them why they didn't tell him anything. The bastard calls Puleng a bitch, and KB slaps him like a bitch. Now at this point, Wade is a better detective than Puleng because later on that night, he finds out that KB's dad is linked to the whole mystery about Puleng's sister disappearing all those years ago. He tries to tell Puleng about it immediately, but she's having a dinner party with KB, his dad, and a few family friends, which includes Fikile's family. During the dinner, Fikile and her mom decide to be bitchy, so they tell everyone at the table about Puleng's dad's situation, which embarrasses Puleng, so she leaves the dinner party early. And it turns out that KB's dad is gonna be an attorney or something, looking at Puleng's dad's court hearing. Meanwhile, Wade is having a good-ass time with this beautiful woman. And I am very proud to say that I haven't looked up her Instagram yet. After Puleng leaves the dinner party, KB and Fikile have a talk and okay. Wow. Now he's been with both sisters on screen. The next day, all of a sudden, a strange car is following Puleng and her mom as her mom drives her to school the next morning. When Puleng gets to school, Wade tells her what he found out about KB's dad, and Puleng tells him that she's thinking about giving up. Later that same day, Fikile's parents are having a meeting with the principal about the whole Coach Chad situation, and they all decide to keep Fikile's name out of the public's knowledge of everything. But after this bitch hears about their decision to keep Fikile's name out of the public's knowledge, she gets pissed and she goes to tell a random news crew about everything. And now the whole world knows that Fikile was Coach Chad's side piece. Because of this, Fikile's parents are thinking of making her change schools. Fikile overhears their conversation and is like, "Oh my god, no, I don't want to change schools." While this is happening, Puleng breaks into school with KB and his other friends to skateboard around the whole school and just have fun. But instead of having fun and skating around the school with the others, Puleng's got other plans. So she takes KB to what looks like the school's art room, and then Puleng starts making moves like she wants to do the devil's tango. But KB tries to stop her and come clean about what he did with Fikile the other night. But Puleng tells him to shut the fuck up and just let this happen. He does what he's told, and they do the midnight cha-cha. And afterwards, when he's driving Puleng home, she's all happy and shit. But then she gets home and she finds out that someone broke into her house and stole her laptop and the DNA kit she bought. The next day, while everyone is at school, Fikile is at home having a mental breakdown because her life is basically falling apart. And later that night, Chad's wife is kicking him out of the house. She even orders an Uber for him. How nice. The following day, Fikile finds out that a scholarship application she sent had been declined. And this was the final straw for her, okay? She decides, that's it, I'm done. I'm fucking done. She gets drunk and then hops into the pool with the bottle in her hand to drown herself. But the bastard saves her. Respect, but I still fucking hate you. Meanwhile, while this is happening, Puleng is at her dad's court hearing, but she decides she can't take it anymore. She can't listen to the horrible shit they're saying about her father. So she leaves and she takes her ass back to school. But when she gets there, she meets Fikile at the school, looking like a drug addict. Now, Fikile wants the truth. She wants to know why Puleng has been fucking up her life. They start talking, and then Puleng finally does it. She tells Fikile that she is her long-lost sister. And then there's this really cool thing where the whole screen flips upside down, and it symbolizes how Fikile's whole world has also just been flipped upside down, and it's so fucking cool. And then the series ends. Honestly, I'm looking forward to season 2. Y'all should definitely check out the series on Netflix before season 2 comes out. This is by far the longest video on my channel. God damn. But yeah, it's been your boy Freaky. Peace.
Things are real.